Hello, I'm Congressman Brad Sherman from America's best named city, Sherman Oaks, and for 20 years I've represented most of the San Fernando Valley. I'm the Democratic co-chair of the CPA caucus in Congress because I'm a tax nerd from way back. And I have never had so many people come to a Brad Sherman tax seminar. Every president knows that they have to make their tax returns public. It's been done every president since Richard Nixon. And candidate Trump agreed in May 2014. He said, if I decide to run for office, I will produce my tax returns. He said it again a year later. Then at the Republican debate, he says, oh, I'll release my tax returns, but they're under audit. Let's talk about an audit. His 2011 and 2012 tax returns aren't under audit. He's not releasing those. But what is it about an audit? Every tax professional knows you can release your tax returns anytime you want, whether they're under audit or not. The reason you don't disclose information is you don't want to give information to your adversary. Now, in an audit, the adversary is the IRS. But they already have his tax returns. What adversary is Donald Trump trying to keep in the dark? His adversary is you. His adversary is the American people. And that's why he doesn't want to disclose information. Now, it's not enough to see Donald and Melania's 1040, because we need to see the tax returns of all the entities he controls. He admits to having interest in 532 business entities that are secret. They don't report to the SEC. They're private companies. Over 100 of them are in foreign countries. And we need to see the Trump Panama Hotel LLC and Trump Korea LLC and DT Dubai Golf LLC and his businesses in China, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. That's why Elizabeth Warren and I and many others have co-sponsored the Presidential Conflict of Interest Act and the Presidential Tax Transparency Act, and I have voted 6 times to make Donald Trump show us his tax returns. We need to see those tax returns to see how involved he is with the oligarchs around Putin. Yeah. And what loans he might have from big Russian banks, because Donald Trump has tried, he hasn't been successful yet, but he's trying to give us the most pro-Russia foreign policy we've had since Secretary of State Seward bought Alaska from Tsar Alexander. So how can Congress work with Trump on tax reform if we don't know how it affects Donald Trump? Look at what he's trying to do. He's trying to take away the tax subsidies that allow 800,000 families to buy health insurance, take their health insurance away, and all that money goes to 400 families, $7 million a family, including the Trump family and the Kirshner family, and 800,000 people lose their health coverage.
I would die if he took it.
He wants to gut the earned income tax credit to raise taxes on those families trying to make it on less than $40,000 a year. And he wants to eliminate the estate tax, a tax that applies to couples who have over $11 million, or as they say at Mar-a-Lago, the cheap side of the course. 2, we're going to increase our national debt by $270 billion to help those with assets of over, and in many cases way, way over, $11 million. So it's time for Donald Trump to show us his tax returns. It's time for Donald Trump to stop posing as a representative of the American working class while trying to shift the tax burden to working families and our children. I'm Congressman Brad Sherman. the CPA from Sherman Oaks, and I want to see Donald Trump's tax return.
And we're down.